And hello.
Woo!
Turn the mic down a little bit because it's actually quite.
Guys, listen. Hey, listen, okay? Don't be scared. All right? Don't be scared. But we've got a spooky in the back. But please, don't be scared. He's not real, okay? He's friendly. But don't, if anybody gets too scared, let me know and I'll turn him off, okay? Or, I'll turn him around and then he'll just be a regular pumpkin. Guys, happy Friday. I wasn't here last week because I lost a sword fight with a bear and was stabbed in the eye.
Yes.
Actually, it was a twig and we were doing yard work and I poked a hole in my eyeball. And yes, it is as unpleasant as it sounds. And yes, it's healed. Apparently eyes heal very fast, but some of you, if you were on my email list, you probably received an email with a blacklight video. That was actually my optometrist. He was looking at my eye and he went, "Oh, whoa, that's gnarly. Do you have a cell phone?" I was like, "Yeah." So he took my phone and took a picture and a video for it. And I'm like, here's the thing. I'm a YouTuber. I said, I have to maintain like my presence on YouTube. And he's like, no, this is great. You'll have like a really cool story to tell. And you can like tell them how you poked a hole in your eye and they'll love you for it. And I was like, okay. So that was email from, recommended by optometrist.
Chelsea said her pumpkin is a bit winky though. It's because I poked it in the eye.
Oh, my pumpkin. Yeah, this pumpkin is actually a picture of me last week.
It's an adult joke, but sure.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm just making sure that you caught that.
It's an actual picture of me getting my eye poked. Guys, today we're going to talk about bad Etsy buyers. And unfortunately, because we are very, very close to the holiday season, we're more likely to see those difficult buyers. But today we are going to talk about how to first prevent them, because prevention is the best thing to do, right? We don't want to have them at all. So we're going to talk about how to prevent them, how to identify them and figure out if maybe the customer who sent you that kind of rude message is just this way with everybody. And then we're going to talk about how to handle them. So prevent, identify, and handle. P. We're going to talk about how to P your customer. Sounds inappropriate, but it's not. P.
P.
You awake? You seem tired.
I'm good. I'm here.
You're very quiet today.
You've been talking nonstop.
Well, that's...
I made one joke, you didn't laugh. I'm staying quiet the rest of the bean. That's all it is.
Oh, poor Mr. Moore.
Feelings are hurt.
It's okay. It's all right.
Feelings are hurt.
Oh, we love you. But before we get into that, there is a little bit of news, some good news, some crazy news, some news that you might have wrong, and some interesting news. So first, news you might have wrong. Facebook is not changing their name.
Facebook is not changing their name.
And if there's
correction, Facebook is changing their name. If that sounds confusing, Facebook as the company, as the overarching company of WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, the platform, and everything else that they own is changing its name.
The Umbrella Corp.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, not the zombie one, but
right.
Sure. The Umbrella Corporation above it all is changing its name. Facebook, the platform, will stay the same. Well, it's not going to stay the same. It changes on like a daily basis now. But the platform itself isn't changing. The overall company that owns it will be known from now until forever, or at least for now, as Meta. So
you will never have to say, "Oh, I need to go log in and post my Meta status."
However, with that, there's always the chance that they'll make a single platform that posts and interacts with everything called the metaverse. So just be aware of that. That probably will happen, but we'll see.
Yeah. So I need more posts in the Handmade Alpha community that say anything about Facebook changing your name. We're going to do like the Game of Thrones, like shame bell. Shame.
That's not what's happening.
What it is people reading like the news headlines and not actually opening the article. So just
always open the article.
Always.
are 99% of the time with any news article in your Facebook feed is clickbait.
Whoa, 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 Starla, show us those nails again. Oh, they're press-on. Let's see.
We're too lazy to go to nail salons.
Yeah, who goes to a nail salon? Who has time for that? I can make these last for like 3 weeks if I take care of them.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Second little bit for everybody who markets on Instagram. Very, very good news for our Instagram users. You know how it used to be that in your Instagram stories, you had to have at least 10,000 followers to be able to put links in your story for the swipe up?
Ain't no more.
Ain't no more. They're slowly rolling it out because I don't have it yet, but Instagram's like CEO, I think. Yeah, somebody.
Sure.
Somebody.
CSO, COO, CEO, CO.
Some important Instagram person announced 2 days ago, I think, that Instagram will now have the option to put a link on your stories. It won't be like the little swipe up option, I don't think, but it'll be more like when you go into your Instagram stories and you can add like a countdown timer or a sticker or a mention. We'll now have the option to add a link directly into our stories. So if you're posting a product photo, you can actually put, click here to buy it, and that will be available. I am so happy about that. It is so so overdue, because normally we have to be like, oh, visit link in bio to.
I don't know what their end goal with it is yet. I don't know what because platforms usually don't do something without an incentive. So I'm not quite sure what the incentive is to doing this.
They said it's like popular demand.
I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouths.
Yeah,
we'll find out what the incentive is, and when they release whatever thing that you have to pay for, whatever big platform takes advantage of it, we'll find out.
Yeah,
10,000 followers is such a huge milestone to reach for such a useful tool. Yeah, I always felt it was kind of silly.
Yeah, and I've been trying to reach 10,000 forever, and I'm not even to 5,000.
It's very possible that it was something that bots could abuse easily, and there might not have been a system that they found effective enough in place without hurting real people that were using the system. They might have just developed some kind of countermeasure for bots just spamming links and things, because obviously bots are the big threat to everything. I mean, you look at our frickin' comment section. But yeah, that's most likely what's going on with that. What's this? I just joined. Sorry. I don't know.
Links.
Why are we here? That is the question.
What's what? Specifically the topic, or what are we?
What are we?
We
are human beings.
I am Starla. This is Mark. You are here at the Friday Bean. We are live, and we're talking about Etsy.
We are humans. We eat human food like hamburger and French.
We were just talking about Instagram links and stories. But guys, Black Friday's right around the corner. I know I mention this every single week other than last week because my eye was popping out of my head. But Black Friday is going to be the biggest day on Etsy. It will be the day when there are more shoppers on the platform than any other day of the year. If you knew that there was a lottery taking place tomorrow, and you knew that there was a 50% chance that you would win, I mean, you might not win, but there's a 50% chance that you would win. Would you not play the lottery that day?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's worth the risk, right?
I mean, the odds could only be 50-50 if there was exactly one other person playing, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
It's a very high likelihood that you will see some results on Black Friday. There are 50-something% more shoppers on Etsy this year than there were last year. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
Active buyers. That is a lot. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing for Black Friday, even if you aren't hosting a sale, because shoppers, once they're in the moment, they don't really care if something's on sale. They're just shopping. Even if you're not in a country that celebrates Black Friday, doesn't matter if you ship to the US or any of the other countries that are starting to kind of adapt to Black Friday, like Canada and the UK, then you're going to want to plan for Black Friday. And if you need help planning for Black Friday, we already did all the hard work for you. We are getting down to the wire, though. So you want to get the Black Friday toolbox that's linked down below in the video description. That's going to be full of all of my best resources, videos. I've got a 74-piece graphics pack that you can use for marketing graphics, and that can be used in Canva, in Photoshop, in 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞𝐞. That comes with a video that teaches you how to use them. There are training videos. There is my double dip strategy, which helped us to make between $6,000 to $10,000 on Black Friday. Yes. There are so many really great resources in there, and it's all free. I only offer it during the fall leading up to Black Friday. So if you don't get that now, then you're going to have to wait until next year to claim it, because we put it back in Handmade Alpha Academy. Speaking of which, another thing that you're going to want to mark on your calendar is Handmade Alpha Academy will be opening on It'll be opening on December 1st through the 10th. It is only a 10-day enrollment window. We have over 600 students in HAA, and that is my step-by-step program that will teach you exactly A to Z how to build and maintain and market your brand on Etsy. Yep. So that's
December 1st.
Yes, that is December 1st. And as always, there is a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee on that, because we want to make sure that you actually are able to learn and that you enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, no hard feelings. All you got to do is message him.
And we do the free webinar, just like every course. However, we do not do a giant sales pitch like you see in just about every other course thing. We are extremely transparent with everything that we do. If you were there for the last year, if you signed up last year, you're aware of our process. We communicate with everybody. We're as transparent as we can be.
Yeah. December 4th, I think, is the webinar. Amber, could you check a calendar real quick, or could you check a calendar? It's that Saturday after enrollment opens. I think it's December 4th. If you guys want to write it down. Yeah.
Yep, December 4th.
December 4th.
We don't do a last day scarcity webinar. Buy it before it runs. We don't do that crap.
Yeah, but that's going to be Brand Planet. It's my most popular webinar. That's going to teach you how to actually build an impressionable brand. Even if you don't plan to enroll in Handmade Alpha Academy, I still recommend you go to this one. I only host it once a year, and it was actually based on a live masterclass that I used to... Can you, excuse me, sir? A live masterclass that I used to present when we were able to do in-person speaking events. So all the alphas really enjoy that one, and that will be at noon Eastern, same time that we host the Friday Bean. It'll just be on a Saturday.
No, Amber, it goes until the 10th.
Yeah, December
1st it opens, 4th is the webinar, 10th is close.
Yeah. All right.
Go sign up for it.
And
the webinar is like legit useful information. Like, even if you're not planning on buying the course, just go and check it out. It's good stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That it is. I mean, I could sell it. I could package that and sell it as its own course and probably make money off of it. But
if it all goes well, for those of you that buy in December, we should be hopefully finished recording and editing the remaster. We're remastering the course. It's all the same material, but we're upping everything to 4K, improving the audio quality, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that will be released in 2022. We wanted to do it this year, but we fell behind. So and people who enroll, you'll get both versions. If you want to go in and download the current ones, you can do that, and then you can go in and download the new ones when those are available as well. So,
and Amber, to answer your previous question, yeah, she can totally send something here. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
We did have one question before we continue on. Has anyone else set up their banner on the receipts and been successful? I've been trying to get the size they specifically, but it's not showing up. Wonder if I'm missing something silly. I'm not sure offhand.
Yeah, feel free to post in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community.
I wish he would stop messing with stuff.
Bubbers has been especially bad this week. He had a big long piece of silver tinsel hanging from his butt yesterday.
He's a little tinsel eater.
He is.
We try to keep that kind of stuff off of the floor. We're not those. We know that it's bad for animals, but this little dingleberry will find any little scrap.
All right. Yeah. So let's get started with the topic. We want to make sure that we are preventing those nasty customers before they happen. Prevention is the best tactic. Over the holidays, it is expected that we're going to see those nastier customers, especially because, for one, customers are just kind of conditioned to how Amazon treats customers. They're conditioned to fast shipping. They're conditioned to, not be super nice because, you guys have probably had negative customer service experiences.
Negative customer service.
Negative customer service.
I hope not.
negative customer service experiences in the past, right? I think that we all have. And you all right over there?
Yeah, the visuals.
Ew.
I'm angry.
Ruining my jam here. We've all had those bad experiences. So we can't say that we don't understand our customers when we've all had those experiences too. But today we're going to talk about how to kind of reframe those situations so that your customers hopefully will change their attitudes if they come at you with those kind of nasty attitudes. But first suggestion for my prevention tactic, go to Amazon and buy How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is my pro tip. If you want to ask for something for the holidays, if you want something to read over the holiday break, I highly recommend you buy this book. It was written in the 30s and it is still one of the best-selling business books out there. And it's not just good for business. It is good for everyday life. I read this book and it completely changed my communication skills. It completely changed how I did customer service, and it helped me with my public speaking that I did. I highly recommend it. It is something that I think that everybody should read, but it will really help you to shape how you communicate with others. And when things get stressful, especially with your customers, it's really, really good to be able to walk away from those experiences not feeling angry. Yep. We don't want to feel super duper stressed out by these situations, especially when it's things that aren't our fault.
Dude, anytime you can relieve stress in business, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Anything that you can do, whether that's reading something that can make you more efficient or just tidying up your space, just remove stress.
Yeah.
Write the title here, please.
Yeah. It's How to Win Friends. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Amber's probably already doing it. Yeah, she got not alienate people.
Good God, Amber.
How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yep. By Dale Carnegie.
How to Win Friends and Alienate People.
I'm sure that's a book.
Good God, yeah, that's probably a book too.
So that's my pro tip. Read that book. Really, really good. It's really fun. I enjoyed it. And Dale Carnegie, you read a book from the 30s and you expect it to be a snore fest, but it's very entertaining. So
how does your phone autocorrect alienate? That's wonderful.
That's
I love
great.
it.
I love it.
That's good. This has been a fun stream so far. I'm enjoying
the Halloween episode. We normally
Halloween. Everything's a little relaxed.
It's
just a little bit.
All right. So second little bit for our prevention. If you're taking notes, this is the prevention segment. Prevention. Second little bit for prevention is to put any important information about your product in your listing photos. Nobody's going to read your processing times. Nobody's going to read your policies. Nobody's going to read your descriptions. If it is something that they need to know, you have 10 listing photos. Go into Canva and create a photo that has that information on it. But don't create a giant photo with 1 million bullet points and 1 million words on it. You want to keep it very, very short and to the point, because otherwise people still won't read it, even if it is in the listing photos. So break it up a little bit, spread it throughout multiple photos, keep it brief, and try to not give them too much overwhelm. If you need opinions, if you create one of these photos and you need opinions, feel free to post it in the free Handmade Alpha Facebook community, link down below. Most of the alphas in there already are familiar with this. So if you're new here, you don't really have to say much. Just say, here is my listing photo with my, product info. What do you guys think of this? And you'll get some great feedback there. And the Handmade Alpha Facebook community is obviously free, so you can post there. Just like I said, make sure to keep it short. Hi, Bubbers.
He's staying here for a minute. If he keeps acting up, he's going to get locked upstairs. He's chewing on power cables. We can't have that.
Next thing that I want you to do, and write this down because you need to plan to do this maybe this weekend, I would say would be a great time to work on it, is to make your worst case scenario plan. I want you to sit and think of every horror story that you've ever heard about Etsy buyers. I want you to think of the worst thing that could happen to you. What's the worst thing that could happen to one of your products? It arrives shattered into a million pieces. It disappears. It shows as delivered, but is stolen off of somebody's porch. The tracking says in transit, but never updates. I want you to think of every single worst case scenario that could possibly happen to your product. And then I want you to write a plan for how you'll deal with it. I want you to have a plan for every single thing. That way, in the event that one of these things do happen over the holiday season.
He's going upstairs.
Okay. In the event that one of these things do happen over the holiday season, you are able to say, I have a plan. I know exactly what to do. Because what we don't want is for a shopper to message you and say, oh, my package is missing. What do I do? And you say, I don't know. That's not what a customer wants to hear. And that is what is going to scare customers the very, very most. So we want to make sure that we have a plan in place. You can also take that and put it in your policies. If you can't fit it in your policies, you can put it down in your FAQs as well. Just making sure you have a plan in place for those scenarios is going to help tremendously. And then... Sorry, my eye is like bugging me for the first time in days, and I don't know why. Did we have any more questions before we move on?
Did you answer this Etsy seller one at the end?
No.
Does Etsy ever side with the seller in a case?
Yes.
Do they have a customer service phone number for sellers? Two-part question. One, yes, it depends on what the case is. There's a million different things that could happen. And for two, they usually have a phone number you can contact. As of right now, they do not.
Well, no, they've got their chat is back. In the bottom right-hand
For some people.
Yeah, in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you should have the chat option. They brought it back for the holidays, I think.
Their phone number for the holidays has been shut down because people get a little derpy around the holidays. So they don't have the support numbers in order to support that.
Yeah. But
yeah, they do. They side with sellers all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would recommend doing their chat button if you have it. That's a live chat, and as of yesterday it was there and working because Amber was able to do it. And then Amber has Amber just posted the link in the chat. So
that one will only work for people in the UK. That's EN-GB. There's probably one that's EN-US for US sellers. As a matter of fact, while you're talking, I'll test that out.
Yeah. No, it looks like it.
That's GB. It's Great Britain. Won't get support from me here.
Okay. See if he can get it to work. Doesn't look like it.
It's fine. Keep talking.
All right. So worst case scenario plan, and somebody in the chat, Deb, said, please ask us experienced sellers in the group what we do. We've been there and can guide you in writing your worst case scenario plan. Yes, that would be great if you guys could start a thread in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, just about like worst case scenarios and what you did. That would be really, really interesting. If anybody has the time, if any of our experienced sellers want to talk about their worst case scenarios and how they deal with them, that would be fantastic. So feel free to do that. Next thing that you want to do for prevention is to use my SSAR swipe files. Those stand for Sale, Ship, Arrive, Review, and those are included free inside the Black Friday Toolbox, which is linked down below. If you don't already know what a swipe file is, basically it is a copy and paste message that you send to a buyer throughout the transaction process. These have already been approved by Etsy. I have confirmed we are allowed to send them. You're going to send the first one after you see that an order has been placed in your shop. Basically, just letting that customer know that you see that they've made a purchase, and that, it will be arriving estimated, or that you'll be shipping it, and then whatever your estimated date is. I'll ship it, in the next 3 to 4 days. This is really good in case they didn't read to see your processing time, because this opens that door of communication. And rather than them having to sit and wait in silence and not know when that order is going to actually ship, they'll see it in that message. And if they're like, oh, wait, I need that by next week, then you can say, oh, I'm so sorry. It was in my listing. There's no way that I can get it to you next week. I have to customize it. If you still want it, then I can go ahead and proceed with the order. But if for any reason you want to cancel, just let me know and I can cancel it and refund you before I start working on it. It's better to cancel an order and refund it than to get a bad review. Yes. So, because nothing bad happens to you if you cancel an order that, you cannot fulfill. Nothing bad is going to happen. Etsy doesn't look down on you for that. However, if you get a bad review, obviously that's going to hurt your overall customer and marketplace experience score. And if you're working towards a star seller badge, it's going to impact that as well. So sending that message, just noticed you placed an order. Just wanted to let you know it's going to be shipping in this many days. Thanks for ordering. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Ship, which is the second message. You're going to send that when you ship their order. Some sellers who don't, have a high volume of sales will even take a picture of that order, like packaged, and be like, here it is. It looks really great. Just wanted to let you know that I'm taking your package to the post office today, or I have already taken your package to the post office. In case you don't know how to track your order, you can do it by doing this. You could even send them their tracking number if you know that they're a difficult customer, which will tell you how to identify that in just a few minutes. But if you know that they're a difficult customer, you could say, here is your tracking number, just in case you don't know how to find it. But if not, here's how you locate your tracking number. It should arrive in this many days, though with it being around the holidays, we usually ask that you add a couple days onto the shipping time just because mailing services are a little bit slower. This is a great time to warn them about possible delays. This is not included in my original SAA or SSAR swipe files that I am giving to you, but feel free to write it in because this is a good time to kind of revise those for the holidays and add little things in or take things away that you don't want to put in there. But I would let them know about the potential for delays when you message them to tell them that their order has shipped. Arrive. That is the message that you are going to send them when you notice from their tracking that their order has arrived. There is a really great tool with eRank that will show you when all of your packages have arrived without having to go and click the individual tracking numbers. I'll show you how to do that in just a few minutes. Basically, this is how we're going to ask a customer for a positive review. Positive reviews are important for multiple reasons, not just for, showing that your shop is trustworthy to potential buyers, but it's also going to help you to get your star seller badge. It's going to help your overall standing in the marketplace because it increases your customer and marketplace experience score, and it's going to help you rank higher in search. This is going to help your SEO. It is one of the strongest things that you can do for your listings and their placement in search. If you're noticing with your listings that you have very, very bad visibility, getting those good reviews is insanely important because it is going to put that product in front of more buyers. Etsy knows that if people are leaving a lot of 5-star reviews on a product, that people really like that product. Therefore, Etsy's going to want to show that to more people. So getting good reviews isn't just to make you feel good. It actually helps the algorithm know which listings it should recommend to more people. The arrive message you're going to send when you notice that the product has arrived to the customer. And it says something like, oh, notice that your order arrived today. Just wanted to make sure that it arrived safely. And if you don't know how to leave a review, here is a helpful article from Etsy that will teach you how to do so. You're not asking them for a review. You are telling them that if they don't know how, here's how to do it. Because there are so many buyers on Etsy who want to leave a review, they just either forget or they don't know how to do it. So these are all approved by Etsy. Etsy says that we are allowed to send these. I have personally verified that myself. And the last message is if they leave a review, you can send them a quick message to thank them for that review. And if you don't want to type all these out yourself, I already have them done for you. All you need to do is go in and tweak them. And then you can either save them into your Etsy snippets so that you don't have to copy and paste them every time. Or if you want to, you can copy and paste them directly into your combos. Did we have any questions about those while we were
talking nonstop for like 10 straight minutes? Yeah. So yeah, we got quite a bit.
Okay, go ahead.
There's not a lot of questions, just a lot of statements. We were going in about actually, I guess not. Amber had posted that. I posted the US one. Don't they give you 2 days to give a bad review if you cancel an order?
Yes, there are 2 days, but if they didn't get in the order, it's not as likely that they're going to leave a bad review.
Yeah, it would just be a shop review, right? They can't leave a review for an item they don't receive. Is it can you still leave an item review, or is it just a shop review?
No, there's no such thing as a shop review. It would be an item review.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know why my brain was going that way.
But
if it's something stupid and they never received the item and you did everything that you should do, you can just contact Etsy.
Yeah,
they can't leave they can't leave a bad review if they were being a butthead.
Yeah.
Question about the swipe files. What if they don't answer after the first message? I often wonder if I feel like I'm spamming them, especially if they didn't write back.
No, they likely won't. They likely won't respond. That it's good to know information.
And don't worry about spamming them. You're not spamming them with stuff like, "Oh, buy this. We have this now." Like,
I've never been upset to know when my order is going to ship. And we have thousands and thousands of alphas who use these and who have received tons and tons and tons of reviews.
And it's not like a new thing. We've been giving these to people since we started this.
Yeah, it's
like,
been
this is not new, and we've never had a single complaint.
We had one, and it was somebody who was just absolutely just an irrational customer out of thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crappy people out there, but just ignore them.
Yeah.
Just don't, if that person places another order, just cancel the order and don't work with that person anymore. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes you got to do that. I used to give customers an estimated date of arrival, but after delays, I stopped doing this. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do estimated arrival. I would do estimated ship.
Yeah, or estimated processing time. I use Etsy shipping, and they send notices when the shipment is processed and when it ships. So you're recommending messaging the buyer as well? Yeah, because is it just email that they receive the thing from Etsy, or so they're not receiving it in their Etsy platform itself. So it's kind of just doubling up.
Not to mention that's from you. That's personal from you. You're not Etsy.
Yeah, you're not a robot. Right. Most customers aren't going to know that it's like a swipe file. So. And I mean, obviously there's a lot of alphas, but there aren't as many alphas as there are Etsy sellers. So don't feel like you're doing something that everyone else is doing, because I've never, I think once from a non-alpha did I receive something similar to what our swipe files are like. Usually it's just like, let me know when it gets there. Just went to help.etsy, no place to chat with a rep, just general information. Yeah, so for some people it works and for some people it doesn't. It's seemingly very random. We'll have it some days and won't have it other days. I don't know what the deal is or if it's like time zone specific. I don't know.
Feel free to post in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community and make it would be cool to make like a full thread of Etsy like email addresses to use that currently work, phone numbers, and links to get support.
Yeah, maybe we'll verify them and put them in a document. No, just sitting on there and complaining about Etsy though. I hate that crap. We're not a complaint group. Don't come in there to voice your complaints. We'll shut that crap down quick.
Yeah.
Keep it positive.
Happy.
Where's the Etsy snippets that you can save the swipe files to?
They're kind of hard to find. I can never find them when I'm on Etsy. I always have to Google setting up Etsy snippets, and then there is an actual article from Etsy.com. Find that article, and then that article will have the link that will show you how to set up the snippets, because I can never remember how to set them up.
People love the personal messages. Yes, they do.
They do.
Hey, I was wondering, as a new seller, I'm currently not collecting emails, which I plan to, but how could I offer previous customers a discount code without spamming them? Thank you. You cannot collect their email addresses through purchase. You cannot take someone who has purchased from you and stick them in an email list. They have to opt into it themselves.
Yes, and once they've placed an order, there's no way to reach back out to them. Unfortunately, you just have to start where you are now. And you need to go through a platform such as MailChimp, where they have to opt in. You're not allowed to add them to your email list. No. It's actually against the law.
Yeah, in almost every country.
Yeah.
Forgive me if this was already covered, but what's your shipping cutoff date for U.S. addresses this year?
We have not covered this. Cutoff dates, depending on what service you're using, Etsy just published. I would add a week on to what Etsy and the mail services have posted, because they said like priority mail was like December 17th. No way are packages priority mail going to arrive by December 7th.
That's at a minimum of a week. If you're somewhere where it takes a really, really long time for packages to get out, I would add up to 2.
Yeah. December 1st is always what I set. We use Printful now, so we're just gonna kind of go off of Printful. But for our Etsy shop for our jewelry, we always did December 1st, and even then,
we're still getting delays on some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you live in a country where shipping to the US takes a really long time, you might even want to do it further back than that. I actually just had a package come in from Ukraine, and it didn't really take that long. I think it took a week from the time that they shipped it, so that wasn't too bad. But I know sometimes some stuff can get stuck in customs, so
yeah,
plan ahead, plan accordingly.
Yeah, USPS website cutoff dates are a joke. They are. They always are.
Absolutely are a joke, and I don't know how they get away with it, to be honest with you. There's only a couple small things we'll get through here. I message my customers in this manner from the beginning, and they love it. They're usually very pleasantly surprised to get a personal message from me. Yes.
Okay, so we'll get into, Julie, we'll get into yours as we get into the handle portion, because we're not even halfway through the notes yet.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get back into it.
Yeah. Okay, so next thing is trying to see when customers' orders have arrived. So let me pull this up real quick. So quick question, is it PII to show city and state but not name or address?
I don't know offhand, but we shouldn't risk it.
Okay, that's fine. All right, go ahead and share the screen.
You don't want to get up what you're going to pull up. Okay.
All right. I know
I'll take face off there.
Okay. I know eRank like the back of my hand.
Okay.
All right. So from erank.com, which full disclosure, Mark and I work on the management team at erank.com. However, we do not get paid to recommend it. eRank is our favorite tool for Etsy sellers. There is a free version. What you're seeing is my pro version, though. When you are sending your SSAR swipe files, it can be a pain to see if orders have arrived, because you're not going to want to go through every single order and click the tracking. So what you're seeing here is mine and Amber Marie's alpha shop that we use for testing purposes and for educational purposes. That way we're not really outing anybody's info here. But what you're going to want to do is use the delivery status report. Oh, hold on. Okay. Under the shop tab, you're going to want to use the delivery status report. Oh, it opened it in a different tab for some reason. And what this is going to do is it is going to show you where your orders are. So I'm not going to click on mine because I don't want you to see our customers' information, but you click view delivery status report. It pulls that info from your shop, and then you can just see, without clicking all the tracking numbers, what's in transit, what's been delivered. It is so useful because this is going to show you if there are any delays, and that's going to allow you to message a customer in advance. If for any reason you see that a package is taking a little bit longer, you can be the first to reach out. You should always be the first to reach out if you notice that there is a delay, because this is going to keep them from sending you that nasty message saying, where is my thing? I ordered my thing. You shipped it, several days ago. It still hasn't arrived.
Where's my thing?
Where is my thing? You will be able to message them and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I was taking a look at your tracking to see if your product arrived. It looks like it's caught up in, I don't know, Marshfield, Montana. And I just wanted to let you know that I Googled it, and it seems that there's a sort facility there. So it might just be stuck in transit. It's probably going to take a couple days longer than what had originally been estimated. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I just wanted to make you aware that there is a little delay with your package, but I am keeping an eye on it. That means the world to your shoppers, just so they know that you are paying attention. If they message you and they're like, oh, my order hasn't arrived, and you're like, really? It hasn't? I don't know why. You're showing that you have no control over what's happening. Showing them that you are paying attention is going to make them know that you are attentive. So that is huge. You can go ahead and switch us back.
We're back.
All right. So those are our prevention tactics. Hopefully you've been writing these down. If not, be sure to write the replay. Watch the replay. Next thing that we want to do is if we get a message from a customer and that customer is being nasty, this doesn't happen very often. Oop.
Care.
Spam.
Not important.
This doesn't happen very often. In all of my years of being on Etsy, I've been on Etsy for 9 years across 2 different shops, and I've worked with hundreds of shops. This is a very rare occurrence, but when it does, it sticks out in your mind. Nobody likes to deal with a nasty customer.
And you will. If you haven't, you will.
Eventually, someday, you probably will deal with a nasty customer. Mm-hmm. And usually there are some warning signs, right? You get that message where the person is very impersonal. They're talking to you like you're a robot and have no feelings, or they're just nasty from the start and you can just tell from their tone, or they're trying to place an order and they're nasty and you're afraid to even have them place that order because you're afraid that you're never going to be able to meet their expectations, right? Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. There's now a tool. There was previously a tool, but now eRank also has a tool.
Yeah, with a less offensive name to some people.
Yes, that will help you to do that. So if you want to, hey, Amber, do you mind if I, before you screen share, Amber, do you mind if I use your Etsy shop for this? Can you switch us back? I didn't want you to do that yet.
You said, can you? So I...
Pop over to handmadealphaacademy.com so I don't have to do a big search for Amber's shop.
Did I type it right? I didn't look. Okay.
Let's see. Amber.
No.
Are you for real? Because I don't think you're for real.
I'm not really asking for your permission to begin with.
Let's see.
Don't you need my username?
Yes, I do, but I know what it is. Am I allowed to? I checked last night to make sure that you hadn't left any reviews that have anything crazy, and they're all appropriate and just very kind. But can I use you?
We're very good at memorizing things.
Okay, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
Okay, so go ahead and switch us over.
Okay. Are you signed in?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm putting Amber on the spot there. I double checked it though. There's nothing there. So with eRank, right on your actual dashboard now, guys, you are able to do a bad buyer check. You don't even have to go anywhere. You can do it right here. So what you want to do is you don't need their email. You don't need anything but their username. And the way that you find that is when they're either talking to you in a message or they've placed an order, you click on their username and it will take you to this profile here. If they have a shop, you'll see their shop right here, but what you want is the URL right up at the top, the tail end. So hers is Amber Marie. We copy it and then we paste it into the bad buyer check. So let's see if Amber's a bad buyer. You can see all of the feedback that they have ever left on Etsy. And if you see that they have a ton of bad reviews, that they only leave bad reviews, it might be, you can go ahead and increase this. Increase this. It might be a good idea for you to treat that customer with extra care. Make sure that you're very, very helpful. Make sure that, if you see that they are complaining about order not arriving, you're checking their tracking and you're updating them. Or even just sending them their tracking number so they don't have to go look for it. If they are somebody who you can see only leaves bad reviews, might be a good idea to just cancel that order. In fact, I would even dare say, and this is what Anthony Wolf said yesterday, might even be a good idea to let Etsy know that this customer seems to be someone who doesn't leave good reviews at all, and they might be trying to scam for products. This is a which is
a very common thing, actually.
Yeah, people who will only leave bad reviews hoping that they're going to get free stuff, which...
It blew my mind how many people with our previous shop were trying to get free stuff. Most of the time, it's a charity case thing. People saying that, obviously sometimes people get serious illnesses, but not at the rate of people that would message our shop with their grandma who had cancer. It was like, and it was always the same stories. It's like they have a playbook for this kind of stuff. So eventually you'll get these people too.
And even if it, and you know, even if that isn't the case, I mean, there are pages that will teach you how to exploit, you know, Etsy sellers or, you know, bully Etsy sellers
There was a TikTok for it for a while, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was some TikTok scam thing that was teaching people how to bully Etsy sellers into, you know, basically giving you free things. Which obviously, if that happens and you have messages where they're saying like, "Oh, do this or I'll do this," report the conversation to Etsy.
That's blackmail.
Yeah, Etsy doesn't tolerate that. If the customer,
extortion.
yeah, extortion. If the customer is being nasty with you, if they're cursing at you, if they call you names, immediately report the convo to Etsy. Don't even reply to it. Etsy does not tolerate abuse, and they will likely ban that user from the platform altogether, and then you won't have to worry about them, nor will any other Etsy sellers. But this is a really useful tool. Somebody had asked if this is available on the free version, and I honestly can't remember. Can somebody, I know one of you has a free e-rank.
Yeah, somebody with a free e-rank, sign in and see if you can get to it.
Yeah, let us know. I actually can't remember because we just added this tool, and I see Sharon said that I had no idea this report was on e-rank. Yeah, it's brand new. This is a brand new thing.
Okay, so Silly Monkey asked a pretty decent question too.
Yeah.
When you cancel an order because a customer left you bad feedback on their last order, do you put that as the reason for canceling?
When you cancel an order because it,
like, what do you put as the reason if they've left you bad feedback in the past?
I would say for the reason, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to meet your expectations, and I feel that maybe another seller might be more well suited for your needs.
Mm-hmm.
Make it more
it's a high risk customer. I mean, you can really, if reason doesn't necessarily matter as long as you're not rude about it.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, if you wanted to be honest, something like high risk customer would probably even be okay.
I think that they see it. I think
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they see it, I mean, just keep it appropriate. But at the end of the day, as long as you're not like insulting them or making fun of them, then it's fine.
Saying that I'm worried that my product isn't going to meet your expectations.
Yeah, it's available for free on eRank. I just tried it.
Awesome. Perfect.
Gotcha. Yes, it's in the free version. One of my customers did that, and Etsy hadn't taken it down. I was hoping she would get banned for threatening me, but it just didn't happen. Then you need to continue getting with Etsy.
Yeah.
Stay on them, because not every person that works for Etsy is going to be good at their job.
Hey, Amber, what's that abuse email? Abuse dash something.
I think it might be just abuse@erank.com.
Etsy.com.
Or Etsy. I'm tired, y'all. Etsy.
No, it's longer. What was it, Amber? Abuse dash something at eRank. And then let's see. What do you tell someone who, when you are canceling their order? Yeah, that I would just say that you either can't meet their expectations, or, you know, you could even, if you really needed to, you could even say like, "Oh, I didn't realize that these were sold out," or something like that. But I know that it's a pain.
I wouldn't necessarily go with that, because that kind of comes off as seller negligence. You had something listing, so I wouldn't put that something was sold out when it wasn't, unless it really was. And then just be as honest as you possibly can be. Without saying anything insulting. That's the best case scenario. Because if it does come down to you having to cover your butt in a case with Etsy, then you being honest will be the easiest. You won't have to try to make up a sob story. So try to be as honest as possible without saying anything negative about the customer.
Press-and-safety at Etsy.com is the one that you can contact.
Continue. We are good to continue.
So identifying a bad buyer, treating them with care, and if absolutely necessary, canceling that order. That just keep that as last resort, though, because you will have to justify it. And if that makes you uncomfortable, then you want to make sure that, you know, there's actually a reason to cancel that order, not just. Yeah.
And if you are being threatened by a customer, just like as an overall, Etsy is responsible for the safety of their buyers and their sellers. So if you're being threatened and the person you're working with, emailing directly, isn't helping you, just contact the trust and safety thing again, because Etsy is responsible for that. If they don't do something and you end up actually getting hurt by someone, like, they are responsible for not dealing with that from the get-go. So if you're being threatened, don't tolerate that. immediately get with Etsy.
Yeah.
Just felt like I needed to throw that out there.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and answer Julie's question before we get into the how to handle these difficult customers portion. Julie had said, what has been your plan if a customer says that their package was stolen off of their porch or from their mailbox? You need to message them and tell them that they need to file a police report and report it to their local facility. You cannot control if something has been stolen from their porch. They need to file a police report. And if they're trying to scam you, this is usually enough to scare them away.
Yeah, that 99% of the time they'd immediately shut up.
Yeah, that would be stolen property, and it would be no different if someone came and stole the garden gnome out of their garden.
Yeah, once it's marked as delivered, it's out of your hands.
Yeah. So I would let them know that they need to contact somebody. Now, I will say that especially around the holidays, a lot of times FedEx and UPS are really bad about this. They will mark something as delivered that is still on the truck.
Yes, I have had it happen. I have had things take almost a week after they were marked as delivered to show up at my house.
Yeah, because what they'll do is as they're loading things on the truck, they will mark them or they will scan them in as delivered. And they're not delivered, they're just on the truck out for delivery, and however long that takes.
And you never know, that truck could have had a breakdown. That truck could have gotten receded due to weather. Like, there's all different kinds of things that could happen after they load that thing on the truck. Maybe it's one of the FedExes that only works like Monday through Friday, and they load it on the truck on Friday late in the day, and then weather doesn't permit them to like continue driving on the roads, and then they end up going back, and then they don't go back out until Monday. Then the package is 4 days late, even though it's been marked as out for delivery or whatever. So sometimes you just got to tell people to be patient. Take a look at the date. Take a look at what day it is. Try to come up. I mean, you could even look at the weather where it's being delivered and see if maybe weather could have delayed it. Like, there's all different kinds of things that you can do.
Yeah, but telling them to either, first reach out to your carrier, and then if you aren't able to find anything out by reaching out to your carrier and providing them with your tracking number to see if they can locate it, then they need to file that report on their own. But I do believe that in the UK, you have to ensure that the product arrives. I don't think that it is a choice. Even if it is stolen off of a porch, I do believe that in the UK, products have to be received, which is a big pain in the butt. But keep in mind that if you are shipping to the UK, if you have to reship something that obviously isn't one of a kind, if it's an item that you can reship, write it off as tax write-off. It sucks when you have to do that, but
you can.
So if you're dealing with a difficult customer, you want to make sure that you are not going into defensive mode, which I know can be hard.
It's hard to do. It really is. Trust me, I get it.
I recommend walking away for 1 hour before you type out your response. If you're dealing with that bad customer,
send your response to a friend.
Yes.
Hey, does this come off as too aggressive? Send it to a sensitive friend.
Right. Now, here's the thing. Most of the time, a customer's objective isn't to be as mean to you as possible. No. That's not their objective. They just want to be heard. They
want their thing.
They want their thing. So what I want all of you to do right now is think of somebody in your family that you love, your spouse, your child,
your dog, your cat.
You think of someone that you love very, very much, and you are going shopping for them for Christmas. Okay. You have found the perfect item for them for Christmas. You're really, really excited. I will say that Mr. Moore, I am buying you, I don't know, a golden guitar pick. And I'm so excited to give it to you. I've found it and I've purchased it. And I've spent like all my whole budget on your golden guitar pick, right?
Sure.
And then I see that my tracking has stopped updating. Okay, I'm getting a little bit nervous now. So I'm waiting it out. And then I see that it just never updates. And then the date comes that I'm supposed to give it to him, and it's never arrived. And I don't have my product or my money. And I'm very, very upset. And I contact the seller and I let them know. And imagine they say to me, well, I shipped it, so there's nothing I can do. Think about that for a minute. Think about you as the buyer.
Put yourself in their shoes.
If you spent money on an item and it disappeared and you have no item and no money, how are you going to feel? You're going to be upset, and you're especially going to be upset if that seller's just like, I don't know where it is. We want to make sure that we have a plan for when this happens. Yeah, sometimes it sucks when we have to reship something or refund somebody, but we need to make sure that we're not leaving a customer in that position. And yes, there are going to be times when customers are rude with us.
It's going to happen.
So we want to work on reframing the tone. We want to shift the tone of the conversation. If you get that message where a customer is panicking, likely what they want is reassurance that you are actually going to help them, because they might think that what they're going to get is a customer service representative, especially if they're not familiar with Etsy. They don't think that you care. They don't know that you care. They don't think that you are actually going to do anything for them. So if you get that nasty message, you should act, empathetic. Let them know that you're really concerned and that you are looking into it and that you are going to keep in communication with them and that you are going to help them, and give them lists of things that you're doing to help them. Oh, I'm keeping an eye on your tracking. Here is a number for USPS. Like maybe you see that they live in, I don't know, You look up the town that they live in and you find their local USPS and get the phone number. Oh, I looked up your local USPS number. I recommend calling this number and checking. Be as helpful as you possibly can. And, like I said, they expect a robot. Typically, if you respond in a tone that is concerned and they understand that you are not a robot, that you are a person, their tone will shift as well. It really just takes you being polite and being a human for them to realize, oh, crap, this is a person. This is a real person who's actually going to help me. If you do send that message, though, I always recommend, especially if you're feeling defensive or threatened, or if, the person has been rude to you, it is a good idea to have a friend proofread it, like Mark had said. You're free to post it in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, especially if the customer was extra nasty and you're really nervous about how to respond. That is one of the things that we do use the group for. Just make sure that if you're posting any screenshots, you're blurring out the user's name. We don't want to have anybody's name out on blast in the community, or any of their personal info or their address or anything like that. So just make sure that you're censoring those. Otherwise, they'll be deleted, because that's not cool to do. Now, there's also the chance of human error, right? Everybody makes mistakes. I did it so much during the holiday where I would someone would order 2 identical items, but I would see the order for the item, but I didn't see the quantity, and I would only send them one. And then I would get that message like, hey, I ordered 2 of these and I only received 1. Take accountability. Say, oh my God, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That is all my fault. I will make sure that I send you out another one immediately. Take accountability for error. And most people don't have a hard time doing this, but I think that where I see it the most is when, for example, if you sell mugs and you're just kind of bubble wrapping them and tossing them in a box and it arrives broken, the likelihood of that, arriving in one piece, especially if you're a new seller, you might just need to use that, that feedback as a way to fix packaging in the future. Make sure that you're listening to these things. Make sure that you're taking notes. That way you can adapt and evolve and change and get better so that things like this don't happen again. But when these little issues occur, you do want to make sure that you are taking accountability, being empathetic, and providing that help that they are looking for, and then learn from those mistakes and use them to revise your policies as well. This isn't just a shipping error type thing. If for some reason, you have somebody who gives you the wrong address and it arrives somewhere else, and, they're out their money and their product, and it's a big hassle for you, might be a good idea to add into your policies, double check your address. That way, if you are ordering, it's not being shipped to a previous address or something, you want to make sure that you're able to do that ahead of time. I would hate to, and I've had customers who have done that as well. I've had customers who have messaged me and said, it shipped to a previous address. What do I do? Sometimes it can be redirected, but it is a big pain in the butt to intercept that package in transit. Next little thing is something that I read somewhere a couple years ago, and I always try to do it if there is an error that is my fault. The article had said to apologize 3 times in 3 different ways, which means that you're not saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You're apologizing by taking accountability. So starting your message with, oh, I am so sorry that happened. That is completely my mistake. I apologize. I am going to ship you out another one right away. Again, apologies. I will send you tracking right when I get it out. Very casual. 3 apologies. Not, too butt kissy. We don't want to be too butt kissy with it.
No.
But it's really hard to be mad at somebody who apologizes 3 times. And I think that was the point. It was, God, I can't remember where I heard it, but it's something that I've always done, apologizing 3 times in 3 different ways. And then when we do have those issues where we'll say like a package doesn't arrive, or a package gets lost in transit, or a package arrives broken. Once again, what customers really want is for you to show that you have a plan in place and that you are there to help them. And customers also like to have a little bit of control over the situation too. So my very last tip that I recommend is have 3 options available that they can choose from. If for some reason their package arrives broken, you could send them a message that says, oh, I am so sorry that happened. USPS can be so rough with packages around this time of year. I will send you out another one. Or just say like, here are 3 different options that you can choose from. I can send you out a new package right away. Or if you can't wait anymore, I can refund you. Or I would be more than happy to give you some, in-store credit. Like, try to give them a couple different options that they can choose from. It could even just be 2 options. I can send you another one, or I can refund your order. If it's like just a simple mistake with the order, you could say, I can offer you a discount, or I can, ship you something else. Just whatever you are able to offer to them. And it's going to vary. If you sell $2,000 coffee tables, unless you live in the UK, you might not be able to just reship a $2,000 coffee table. But whatever you are able to do for them, try to give them the options to choose. And everything that I've mentioned today, you don't have to do all of them. What I am giving you are best practices and suggestions so that you have the best possible chance of dealing with bad customers before it gets to the point where they are just leaving bad reviews and getting nasty. Prevention is the very, very best thing that we can do. But if we end up to the point where we have to handle a bad customer, you also want to make sure that you're handling them very carefully. So let's go ahead and get into questions.
There you go. You done?
Yeah.
I had to show them the rare other kitty.
She is a rarity. She doesn't like to...
She does not like to be held much.
No, she's not a very cuddly kitty.
No, she is not. Is there a search limit on different payment tiers for the bad buyer search? I don't think the bad buyer search has a limit.
No, I don't think so.
So we already kind of went through these. Let's see. Is that only for the pro version? We already answered that, and it's new.
No.
But won't they most likely leave a bad review since they didn't receive it, or will Etsy remove these reviews since it was delivered?
They can totally leave a bad review, but if it was showed as delivered, Etsy actually will remove.
Like most of the time, they'll side with you.
In fact, I think they say that in their seller handbook. I think it's in the seller handbook that if it is marked as delivered, that all you have to do is kind of provide the tracking. If something was showed as delivered, though, and someone said that it was stolen, I would do my very, very best to still help them by like recommending the police report, recommending that they file for the missing mail thing, which you can do through most mail services. I did it for I did it when I placed a like $200 Bath and Body Works order last holiday season, and it showed as delivered. And I had to go through like FedEx and report that the package was stolen off of my porch. And it turns out that the package was delivered to the porch across the street, and they waited like 3 days to bring it over to me. So it does
Are you
happen.
talking about your Bath and Body Works?
Yeah.
It was more than 3 days. It was over a month and a half.
Oh.
It sat over there for a month and a half inside their house, but they decided to bring it over to us.
Yeah.
I was furious. Sometimes there are people deliver things over there, and I just walk over there and take it off their porch. I know that's super sketch, but like if I got a $500 thing sitting on their porch, I'm not gonna let them like take it and not give it to me, because that's just a whole other.
I love that Amazon takes the picture and shows like.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
We've got new neighbors, so I don't know how the last one was like an elderly dude that never looked out his front door, so it didn't matter. But these are like young people, so I don't know how they'll react when I show up on their porch and take something.
Yeah, the old guy was nice. Like I think that it was just that he probably couldn't waddle across the street to put the package.
Yeah, it took him like 10 minutes to get down to the end of the street to take his trash out. So
yeah.
If you're shipping to the UK, keep an eye out when it arrives at customs, because 3 times this year I've had things sit there for the max time, be sent back, and then I get the letter saying I need to pay. I've had that happen here too, where we've had an import fee on something, and it has sat there for like 3 weeks, and then I called, I think it was Chicago, and they said, yeah, you've got like a $90 import fee thing, and I was like, it'd be really cool if you'd like send me a letter or call me or send me something. So yeah, keep that out. I apologize and recommend they reach out to the carrier and file a police report. If they're kind and do not seem like they're trying to scam me, then I offer a small discount if they would like to reorder. I mean, sometimes you can't afford to send it. We know some of you sell things that are so expensive to you that you can't afford to reship them. We get that. If you get a salty message, it's best to turn off all screens for a while and process the emotions and let the adrenaline run through and come back with a clear head. Yeah, go play some death metal and beat up an old TV with a baseball bat.
Go to one of those smash rooms.
Yeah, Whitechapel just released a new album. You could jam that and beat some stuff up.
We also should remember why we have negative emotions towards negative feedback when in a sea of positive things. Like if you had 100 compliments and 1 mean comment, you are going to fixate on the 1 mean comment. As a YouTuber, I sure do know that. I just got a nasty comment yesterday from somebody who said, will you just shut up and get to the point?
On what?
One of our videos.
Suck it.
That's his response.
I don't care.
But the reason that we have those negative emotions in those seas of positive, when we have all that positivity and there's that one negative thing, it just roots back to our reptilian brain, where humans are meant to take social signals from others. And it's why we have that sense of wanting to belong to a social group because, primal humans lived in tribes. And if you were the one human who was not being accepted, you were the one who wasn't in the cave. You were the one who didn't get to share the fire and the food and the mates, and reproduce. You were the odd man out who was shivering in the cold, and that would not be optimal for your survival. Therefore, we are already just kind of programmed to really, really pay attention to feedback.
Yes.
If we're not being accepted, then we feel really, really bad about it. And our brain is trying to alert us that, oh, no, we need to fit in. We need to fit in.
Especially since negativity hits so hard when it's personal. Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we're also thinking about the fact that, like, this is an ancient, irrational part of my brain that is causing me to feel this way. And I know that that's hard. I recommend reading the book Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely. If you would like to know more about all of the irrational, stupid things that our brains do without our permission, even when you read it and you become aware of those things, you still can't change them because the brain is just, it's like rings of a tree. The part of the brain that developed first is in the center. And then all around it are the parts of the brain that developed last. And the part that's in the center is going to be both the strongest and the hardest to change.
Okay. This one's a little bit complicated. I know this is a shipping issue, but how do you deal with a customer who upgraded their shipping and due to delays, it didn't arrive on time? So first off, shipping times from the ship company or organization, wherever you're from, I guess, are estimates. They are not guarantees. They are almost never a guarantee. And if they are, they're so expensive that your customer probably didn't pay for that. So you want to take that from there? I get kind of angry on these ones.
Yeah, they are estimates. Don't make promises.
Yeah, do not make a promise. If you made a promise, it's on you. If not, then it's on the shipper.
Yeah.
The actual shipping organization, and they need to get with them about why it didn't arrive on time.
Yeah, tell them that I paid for this for you.
Yes.
I shipped it by the date that I was supposed to ship it. I'm very, very sorry that they did not follow through, but I did everything in my power to ensure that it arrived to you on time. Mm-hmm. I would recommend reaching directly out to USPS about this, because ultimately, once the package leaves my hands, it is in the hands of USP or UPS, USPS, FedEx, and
let them take their frustrations out on the the shipping provider, because they're just gonna say there's nothing we can do about it. But better them be the punching bag than you, because they've got like company insurance and psychiatric help.
Yeah,
you don't need all that negativity in your life.
And make sure that you also say like the best possible, like, oh, I need this by this date. Okay, the best chance that we have at getting it to you by this date is by using this shipping method. It costs this much, but even then, I still cannot guarantee, especially this time of year.
Yes, be empathetic. The power of saying sorry has saved me so much. Yes. Thank you for all this advice. All the information is valuable, especially how kindly you deal with various situations. It's not easy.
No, it can be hard.
It's never easy. And you see how angry I am. I've never boarded at a customer like that. But it can be hard, but it's a lot harder if you take it that way. Don't take things personally. Think of a time that you've been angry about something, you've not received something, or you've done something and the outcome wasn't like. Think to a time when you felt the way that your customer probably feels, and it helps you be a lot more empathetic than what they're expecting. There's a difference between an angry customer and a rational customer. An angry customer is just somebody who's pissed off that they didn't get their thing. An irrational customer is probably somebody who's an immature jerk and treats everybody like that. So obviously you have to handle them differently, but try to be as empathetic as you can until it gets personal. And then
report it to Etsy if they start being nasty.
Yeah. Once it gets personal, then it's out of your hands. Give it to Etsy and let them deal with it.
Yep.
Let's see. What if there's no data in the bad buyer search? Is there a new buyer to Etsy? Well, then
they're a new buyer.
They're a new buyer. They're you don't know if they're a threat or not.
Yep.
I wouldn't take this as a thing where you go get paranoid about all your customers.
No.
Because look at it and maybe look at the shops that they're buying from too, because there's a lot of shops on Etsy and a lot of them suck. You never know if it was just somebody.
We've all seen them.
Yeah, we never know if it was just somebody who continually buys from crappy shops and just continually gets crap products and leaves real reviews. So use your adult judgment brain when it comes to that stuff, but don't obsess about searching every single.
Oh yeah,
don't obsess over that.
Use this if you've detected warning signs.
Yeah, don't make this like a part of your process where you search every customer that places an order with you. That's too much.
All right, here's how I see it. If my daughter, she's only 9 now, but when my daughter's a teenager, if she shows up to the house and she's talking about her boyfriend Jeff, who has I don't know, he's got prison tattoos or something.
Yeah, he's getting an FBI background check.
I might do a quick background check on him. And Jeff might be a great guy for all I know. Jeff might be phenomenal. No,
he's not.
He might work at the local soup kitchen, but if he
might work at the local soup, wouldn't that be charity work?
Yeah, he might be an outstanding guy. He loves to help the community.
If she's in high school with a dude with tattoos, he's not a good guy. I'm sorry. I don't care what you're
not tattoos, prison tattoos.
Prison tattoos. He's got 4 teardrops.
Might just do a quick background check just to check, warning signs. But, if Joe shows up and Joe, I know. Oh, I'm watching you too much. Yeah, Joe seems like a really great guy. Except he kills everybody.
I'm dad, so he's not a great guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the nightmare dad.
You were
I
going to
can't wait till she's a teenager. I'm going to be a nightmare dad. She ain't never going to want to bring people here. Anyway, DPD in the UK will now take pictures of tracking of the parcel being delivered.
Perfect.
Wonderful. What if we send the customers all those messages about each step of the order, but they just ignore it? But then they leave a nasty review, even though everything was described in the messages. Then that's more evidence to cover your butt.
Yeah, you've done every single thing that you know to do, and if the message says, or if the review says anything about you not communicating, you can report it to Etsy, because Etsy will see that you were communicating the whole step of the way. These are all good what if scenarios that I have never seen played out in person.
No.
Good what if scenarios, though.
But they can happen. Anything can happen. It's the internet.
Yeah. But you'll know that you did everything that you could to prevent it, and that this customer is unpleasable. And then you'll know never to work with them again.
Take as many precaution steps as you can, but don't freak out about it. Like, try your best not to release your personal address if you can. People are weird.
Yeah.
Hermes UK takes pictures too. A fun game on the local Facebook groups is trying to work out whose house they've sent a picture of. I'd be an upset boy. USPS will refund your shipping fees if priority mail was not delivered on time. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike.
That's why I stopped offering USPS priority. Got tired of it taking 2 weeks and dealing with frustrated customers. If they specifically ask, I'll do it, but with tons of qualifiers.
Yeah, let them know. Just, hey, about that.
Takes a lot of energy out of you. Yes, it does. Negativity ruins it, man. Do it and take the time that you need to recover. Like, meditate, take a holiday break. Get a therapist. Talk to a therapist once a month. I know they're expensive, but if you can afford it, like, go talk to a therapist. Use some CBD if it's legal where you are. CBD does wonders for tons of people now.
Yeah.
And do what you can. Go on a retreat.
Take weekends off. Take a holiday break. Don't
plan time for you, yourself, and your family.
Go you could totally afford to take a break over the holidays. And and if you're planning on enrolling in Handmade Alpha Academy this holiday, I did want to throw out a quick disclaimer because it's opening on December 1st. You don't have to start on December 1st. It's only open for enrollment December 1st through the 10th, but once you're in for life because it's all pre-recorded. You can start at any time and it's all self-paced. Most people who join December 1st don't start until January 1st as a New Year's resolution thing. I recommend everybody if you can take just the holiday week off. I take the whole month of December off, but if you can just take a week off, do that. You deserve that. You deserve that time, especially if you also work a day job. And if you have kids, take that time. You deserve it. You deserve to not be stressed.
It's really hard for customers to get help from most of the courier companies in the UK that will only deal with the sender. We have a lot of people like that too, until it arrives at least. Royal Mail will deal with the recipient, but Yodel and Hermes will just fob you off.
Yeah.
I mean, like here in the US, somebody else had said something about things being left on the wrong. Yeah, every day in my town, Facebook groups, there's somebody posting a picture of their parcel on a random doorstep asking if anybody knows where it is. I mean, if it becomes a problem where you're having to do that continuously with your packages, you should probably get with the corporate version of whatever company is doing that and tell them that, like, hey, my packages are on the wrong, like your personal packages are being delivered to the wrong address all the time. And then they'll have to deal with it. Because, I mean, it's their responsibility that they own it until it gets to you, Like, they're responsible for giving you your stuff. I know they have all sorts of disclaimers and laws and stuff like that. But there's ways through that kind of crap. Don't let people take advantage of you. Last year, I offered them a little gift coming soon printable card in case it did not arrive. My customers loved it, and it's a just in case option. Yeah.
I love that. So basically she's saying that if something is going to arrive, like either not on time or there's a chance that it might not arrive, do a little thing that they can print that they can stick in a box that's like a picture of the product, and this is coming soon. Here's your gift. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive, but it'll be here next week. That's an option as well.
Hermes, where I live, usually delivers to the right number in a randomly selected street or just leaves things out in the street. What in the world is going on with this Hermes shipping company, and why are you still using them ever?
Yeah, that sounds like something I would not be using.
No, never. That's awful. I mean, USPS, there's a lot of horror stories with USPS and FedEx like that too. I mean, I've watched people throw packages on places. So, interesting. I've had several refunds last year and I've not had to do this for a while. How do you deal with a customer that didn't read the description then leaves a bad review on the product? For instance, it's too small, but sizes are written on there.
Put your sizes in your listing photos.
Put your sizes in your listing photos, and then also get with Etsy because you described what the product is.
You could also drop them a message and say, hey, you know, I noticed that you left a bad review about the size of my product. I put this information in my description and in my listing photos. If there's any way that I can make this more clear for future customers, because these bad reviews do affect my shop. I just wanted to know if you have a suggestion on how I could, you know, improve my own shop so that this doesn't happen to anybody else in the future. I would just love some feedback. Sometimes when you point out that they just made a stupid, they'll go and change their review. You don't have to ask them to change their review, but if you point out like, hey, I put it here and here, if you have any suggestions on how I could have made it more clear so I can fix it, once they realize that they're just dumb, sometimes they'll go update it.
Making someone feel stupid is a pretty good way to make them change.
But being polite about it, being super nice.
Yeah. There are 150,000 people in my town. That's not a town, yo. That's a state. No, I'm just kidding. We have that many people in a few cities around here.
Oh, yeah.
CBD gummies for the win. I agree. CBD is wonderful. Especially when you have an anxiety disorder. How do you handle PayPal and credit card chargebacks?
That's not going to happen on Etsy.
On Etsy, that's not going to happen.
PayPal sucks.
PayPal, there's not really anything you can do about it.
That really sucks. We've had it happen to us, and it's very unfortunate. But PayPal almost always sides with the customers, even when you have terms of service in place. We know that because we have terms of service in place, and it happens. You must be selling from a website, and that's why we're Etsy coaches, because there are crazy complications.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where sometimes you can't help it. I mean, we've even had a couple of stinkers with Handmade Alpha Academy that have refunded, broke our terms of service, and the banks, because they were in the UK, still wouldn't honor our terms of service. We could have sued, but we're not those kind of people. So
yeah, PayPal almost always sides with the buyer, though, even when they lie. So
I mean, we've had, I think, 5 people so far, and I've only had one case where they didn't side with us.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
USPS priorities really work for me. I've had no problems with it, even though even through last year, I only use priority mail, but never use their small, medium, large size packages. Those packages are rip-off pricing. Yeah. It depends on what you're shipping, though, because if you can get, like, if you have a heavy thing and you don't have a way to package it yourself, using their specific mailers can save money. You get it. This is from my experience as a customer. I wouldn't inflict that on my own customers. I would just refund and replace and take the company to the task myself. Yeah.
Tax write-offs, guys. Lost things, the products lost, things that disappeared, things that got broken. You can write those off.
Yes.
That's all good business.
We're not tax professionals. Ask your tax accountant or tax accountant.
Yeah, always ask your accountant.
Yes. Same thing with the CBD. We're not doctors. So disclaimers, I guess. In case somebody just goes and like eats CBD gummies and just eats a whole thing. Sits on their porch just tweaking out for a week. Don't do that. We're not doctors. Take everything we say with a grain of salt.
What would happen if you ate a whole bag of CBD? Would you just be really
mellow? I mean, they're probably sugar-free, so you'd probably get diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
Don't eat a bunch of sugar-free gummy bears. If you didn't know, they're kind of a mild laxative.
Your body doesn't know how to process them.
Nope.
They just go right through.
How do you handle customers who want to change their address after you've already submitted their order to your POD company? It depends on your POD, I think.
You would need to try to get that. It depends on what process or where it is along with your POD company. I would see if you can stop the order from being produced, but if it's already in production,
you might be able to contact the POD and just have them change the address.
Yeah.
You're the shipper. Like with a lot of things, I've had issues where like I've accidentally put in like an old address or something, and it's usually the shipper that has to contact the shipping company. So just contact them, and if it's through FedEx and they've already shipped it, or UPS, you might be able to contact them and have them redirect it to it because you're the well, actually POD, the POD company would be the shipper. So either way, you're gonna have to get with the POD and think, yeah,
contact them directly, see if they can intercept it.
Anyway. Didn't Etsy recently test where they let some buyers leave private feedback for sellers? I'd hope they'd make this a permanent rollout, but I've not seen it for a while. I like the idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could do that anyway through the regular messaging system. It's kind of redundant, but it puts the idea in their head to do it, I guess.
I was just reminded, and I was only reminded because I put my own name into E-Rank bad buyer check.
Mm-hmm.
And I did your Etsy username as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can look back like years and years ago. We used to, as sellers, be able to rate our buyers. And I only know that because if you look at some old Etsy users in the bad buyer check, you can see where they were like A+ customer, smooth transaction.
I vaguely remember that.
Like eBay, you remember eBay does that? Yeah. Etsy used to do that. I
love that as an idea, being able to rate buyers.
Why can't we do that?
Because some people suck.
Yeah.
Some people really suck.
That would be so great. We should
need to remember to rate this shop that I just bought these panels from too. Yeah. I need to remember to do that. We shop on Etsy too. I like Etsy as a platform. Especially you people in Ukraine. I don't know what it is with y'all in woodworking, but keep it up.
Yeah, everything woodworking. Everything. It's all from the Ukraine.
It's all very well thought out and it's cheap. I don't know how you do it. Let's see. Your suggestions about sizes in the listing photos was great. Now I put that in all my items. I've made them in Canva and it looks really pretty, but it gives more of a chance to be professional.
Awesome.
You have to consider the time they spent chasing down lost packages versus the money lost with refunding. Yeah. You ever think you're chasing off customers with a judgmental-ish?
What do you mean by judgmental-ish?
By being judgmental?
Judgmental how?
Yeah, what do you specifically mean? That happened to my son. He no longer eats any kind of gummy bears. That used to be a thing on YouTube where people would eat like a whole 1-pound bag of gummy bears and try not to crap their pants. I don't know why it was like a thing for like a year on YouTube where people are like eating gummy bears and then going to the movies. Like why? The internet used to be a much more weird place before censorship happened.
Hey.
You don't remember that?
No.
You don't? Or the people eating crayons and then taking pictures of the aftermath? That was a thing too.
Move along, sir.
Does anybody remember the internet like 10 years ago? It was an awful place of debauchery.
Move along,
Depop
sir.
lets you rate buyers.
Ooh. Well, yeah, and Reverb does too. And Etsy owns Depop and Reverb.
Airbnb. Priscilla had just commented that. Yeah, and it's a public and a private review.
We should ask Etsy if we can have that back. I want that feature back.
I want it back.
I want it back.
We are not asking you to go and spam Etsy to require that feature back. That's against the law, so that is not what we are saying. Disclaimer.
But if they ever have a survey where they say we would like ideas,
then do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
I saw in a group recently that there was a buyer who asked to have his order canceled the next day. He then said, yeah, I buy identical items from 2 different shops, and whoever ships first gets the sale. I get a refund on the slow one. It's just business.
No.
I hate the term, it's just business. It's something that scalpers use a lot, too. It's not just, if you have to say that, then you're lying to yourself.
Yeah. So, and Amber shared that with me as well. If that were the case, that convo needs to be reported directly to Etsy because that user should be banned from Etsy for doing that. Yes. That is so not cool.
It's not okay, and in some places could probably get you in trouble.
It might be illegal.
There's a lot of people saying that kind of stuff with scalping and saying, oh, it's just capitalism, and now the government's looking at limiting prices on things. So if you have to say that, then it's something that's going to catch somebody's attention eventually and get you in trouble. So don't do it. Quick question. Seller left a 1-star review, the butthead. But they said they didn't receive the order. It is marked as delivered. Contact Etsy, and they refuse to take the review down. Thoughts?
Etsy, I believe they say that as long as it showed as delivered, that they'll remove the review. I'm pretty sure that it's in Etsy's seller handbook or policy somewhere. If I were you, I would keep at it. I would maybe drop them another message and say like, hey, this was received. And at the same time, if they said that if they didn't receive their order, did you do the things that we talked about previously? Did you tell them that it showed as delivered? They need to contact their shipping company. Maybe it was stolen. They should probably file a police report. Like, did you go through those steps with them? If it's been a while, then obviously you can't just go back like 2 months later and drop them that message. Yeah. But I might try to reach out to Etsy again. Yeah. Say like, hey, I'm trying to work towards my star seller badge, and this happened.
Kiss that butt. Kiss that Etsy butt.
Don't kiss their butt.
Kiss that Etsy butt. Is it better to use variations, multiple items on one listing, or multiple listings, one item per listing, for shop score?
We have a video about this already. If you go back through my videos, there is one episode of the Friday Bean called How to Reel in the Etsy Buyers, and it has a picture of me fishing on the thumbnail. That will talk about the SEO benefits of
fishing for views.
That will talk about the SEO benefits of either having one listing with a bunch of variations or having a lot of different listings, and what occasion you should, use for each of those options. But that's like a full in-depth video, so I would recommend going in and watching that.
And the question kind of continued. Yeah. What helps more, selling one listing multiple times, getting reviews, possibly getting bestseller rank for it, or having multiple listings sell well and get their own reviews? All those individual listings won't sell as many times as if they were combined.
These aren't things, none of these work better. They work together.
Yes.
One gear by itself is not going to make the clock work. You've got to have all the gears working together. So what you just mentioned are a lot of little gears that are all going to work together. Like I said, watch that video and it should explain a little bit more. You should also maybe watch my 7 factors that contribute to rank on Etsy. There are 2 videos. One is a Friday Bean episode. It's very long, but there's also a very short video on my channel as well. But it talks about those 7 factors that contribute to rank.
Thank you for the "it's just business" remark. That one grinds my gears. Yeah, if you have to say anything that a supervillain says before he shoots somebody, then you're not doing something right. In your heart you're doing something wrong.
I love that.
That's the same with us selling HAA. There's so many different tactics that people use to sell things to people, and we used to do that crap, and it made us feel like crap. That's why we don't do it anymore. We tell you this is how we make our living. We give you free info, and then we sell you our thing once a year. You're fully aware of that.
It's people pretending that the audience doesn't know.
You're not stupid. we hate when people, because not only are we alienating half of our audience, we're making all the people that would potentially buy not buy. We're being honest with you, as transparent as we can.
Oh, and the thing is, we followed the gurus and did what the gurus told us to do, and they said you won't be successful unless you do all these sketchy things.
Well, guess what? We've been doing it for about 2 years now, the right way, the way we want to do it, and we've been doing way better than when we were being jerks about it. Well, not jerks, but when we were using every sales tactic in the book.
Just be authentic. And it should be that way with your guys' businesses too. Just be authentic. And people tend to prefer being authentic a whole lot more.
I don't know what that person said, but thank you for getting rid of them, Amber. Oh, thank you for hiding them too. Maybe I missed this, but how do you cancel an order after they've placed it in a nice way? Yeah, we did already cover that a couple times.
Yeah, just send them a message and let them know that you were worried that you're not going to be able to meet their expectations. And then cancel it.
Oh, let's see. The fishing video is so useful. I frequently suggest it when that topic comes up. Thank you.
Yeah, that's one of my most popular ones and one that I recommend the most. And I can never remember the name. I know it's something about reeling in the Etsy buyers and picture of me fishing.
Let's see. Yes, they said this happens, but they live in a complex and people steal packages. I was like, not really something I can control. Yeah, it's not like you can be like, then move. Even though that's like the most logical answer that you could give them. Obviously, we live in a society. So
like if they bought a wreath on Etsy and then the wreath got stolen off of their front door, like
right. Goodness, man, people are just people.
People are just people.
We live in a society. That's all you have to say. Maybe I missed. Okay, I've already read that.
Okay.
Not a question, but both thanks of you for the past videos and the toolbox. I've gotten very creative with my marketing and posts because of your videos.
Awesome.
That's all we want. We want you guys to succeed. I mentioned gears in my video this week, and I have just finished another on it. It's a great metaphor.
Yes. Everything working together. They were hitting on your wife. Aw, that's so sweet.
I don't mind. That's fine. Makes me feel good. Just don't. If y'all have any last minute questions, there's one more question on here. If anybody has any last minute questions, feel free to go ahead and get those in because it's lunchtime for us and we are going to go get lunch.
Oh, and also with Handmade Alpha Academy opening December 1st, if you guys have questions about it, ask us those before enrollment opens. That way you have time to think about your decision. We don't want... So typically what you see are spring a course upon you tactics where you don't have time to think, because when someone wants you to make a high purchase, like high price choice to buy, they don't want you to have time to think. They just want you to act, right? But that leads to, for one, buyer regret. For two, it makes you make that decision before you've had time to think it over and decide if it's right for you. So what we want to do over the next few weeks is make sure that you guys have the opportunity to ask us questions to make sure that it is right for you if you're interested in joining. It is expensive, but the reason that it is expensive is, for one, we made it with our own two hands and it took us a lot of time and it's very expensive to maintain.
Yep.
The second reason is that free items tend to not get acted upon. When you invest your money into a program, you are more likely to follow through. The same with college.
It's an investment.
Yes. And most of our alphas who have actually completed the program have made their money back very quickly. Yes. We can't promise that you're going to make your money back, obviously.
We won't promise you anything. It's up to you. We know the info works.
Exactly.
That's the difference between, like, it's not just a bunch of crap that's thrown together. This is stuff that we've used. Hundreds of people has used now, and we know for a fact that it works. It's up to you to put in the effort. And the thing is, sometimes your product is too out there. We can't guarantee that it's going to work for everyone.
But we help you identify if it is too weird. That way you can shift, you can make something else. But a couple little quick things. As long as you guys are on our waiting list or you're on our email list, there's a Handmade Alpha Academy waiting list down below. Opting into that does not obligate you to buy, but it ensures that you get a huge discount. Please make sure that you use the discount link when it opens.
And that's not just a lie thing that we're just using to make you buy it. The full price page is publicly available to purchase. We have people purchase the full price.
Yeah,
I don't want you to.
Right. Well, that's for
I mean, I do, but
that's for when like those random people find us on Google and they find the program. But for our YouTube subscribers, for those on the email list, we give you guys the discount.
If anything, it's more of a prevention tactic. That way, it's only people that we know that we can trust and people that know us buy it. We only want to be able to help people that know us and trust in our process. If you don't trust us, then don't buy it.
Exactly.
It's no skin off my back. I don't care.
Exactly. And as always, like we said at the beginning, we do have a 30-day, no questions asked money back guarantee. I know that there are a lot of courses that require you to submit homework. And
you don't do that. You send me an email after you've bought the course within 30 days, and I will refund you, no questions asked. I usually say, if you want to leave any feedback, you can do so here. I cancel it. I send you your money back. And if you have like a family emergency or something like that, sometimes I'll even go beyond 30 days. It just depends on the circumstances.
Yep. We're people. We love you.
Yes. Do y'all plan on opening your jewelry business again? At this point, I'm just going to go ahead and say probably not.
Yeah, Art by Starla was really, really special to me. It's where I got my start. However, since doing Art by Starla, I've taken on YouTube, the Handmade Alpha Academy, and I also am a manager at 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞. We have the 𝐷APT shop so that I'm still selling on Etsy.
And I'm a data analyst at 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 as well.
Yeah. Can you imagine also me running an Etsy shop, shipping things at the scale that I was? It's impossible.
We don't have the time for it.
I went to school for teaching. I'm a teacher. I will always sell on Etsy. I will always make sure that I've got an Etsy shop running so that I can stay relevant, so that I can do research. My jewelry shop, not sure if I'm ever going to reopen it again.
Probably not. If we do, it'll be a limited release kind of thing.
Yeah.
Throwback kind of thing. More high cost items and less of them.
But
we don't have the time to ship all that stuff.
Yeah, that's why we've switched to print on demand, because it's easier.
We want to have a way to validate the fact that we still know what Etsy is as a platform. That is why we also have the 𝐷APT shop. We need to be able to stay up to date. There are a lot of coaches that will sell you things that have no experience or prior experience, but no current experience in things. We will never permanently leave Etsy as a platform. That wouldn't make us honest as people that are course sellers for the Etsy platform. That would be silly. But the jewelry business is just too much. Like with Black Friday, it's usually 2 hours 2 weeks consistently sitting behind desks shipping orders. She does not have time to sit behind a desk doing something else for 2 weeks. We just don't.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, no.
And thankfully, working for 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞, we are able to stay ahead of the loop even more than we were as sellers, because we get information before anybody else does.
Yeah.
So,
and not only are her and Amber still doing things. We're close friends with Amber. We work with her. We have the 𝐷APT shop. I do the data analysis. I can see anything that you're doing on the 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 platform. I can build trends and things based off of what any seller does on the 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 platform. So yes, we're staying relevant. We promise. Is there I skipped one. How do we contact you with those questions about HAA? You can either post them here. We do these live streams every Friday that we can. We usually do a Friday being on HAA, or at least allow people to ask. So you can do that. Or if they're questions that are a little bit more personal and you don't want to ask them here, you feel free to email us over at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com. A little closer to launch, just because we pay a little more attention to that inbox around that time.
It's so full of spam.
I'm not even kidding. We get probably 10 to 15 influencer emails a day. And that's just influencer emails, not customer emails. So we get to that inbox like once or twice every couple of weeks. But then when HA enrollment comes around, we have a lot of questions that roll into that inbox. So if you want to answer or ask them here, anybody, feel free to post them in here. Well, we'll answer questions at any time. We can do live streams until 2. We've got 15 more minutes that we can do this, so feel free. And the email is, I'll type it in here.
Miranda had said, is there a community aspect to HAA other than the free Facebook group? Yes.
There's another Facebook group.
Yes. Handmade Alpha Academy Student Campus Group, which is only for enrolled students. Within that community, we also do Alpha of the Year, where every year we do a contest where alphas can submit a video basically talking about how their shop has grown since joining. And then we vote for the Alpha of the Year, and then we send them an astronomically expensive prize. This year we sent, Wes was our winner. He won a
Nikon camera with the lenses and everything else.
A DSLR with the bag and all the lenses and everything. We try to do a prize at around $800 or more for our Alpha of the Year.
Yeah, after shipping and everything's done, it's usually somewhere in the ballpark of $1,200 to $1,300. It depends on the year. Price of things goes up and down, but
we try to do like a business tool type thing. So there's that. But you also get to mastermind with people like Amber, and you can ask questions to alphas who are, we have so many 6-figure alphas in HAA.
Yeah, it's similar to the current community, but it's people that have and are taking the course. It's nice too, because every year or every season when we open HAA, all the new students come in and they all have questions, and a lot of them are repeat questions, but there's also a lot of unique questions that come in, and it can help you continue to build your business over time.
Yeah. And what's really cool is a lot of our higher volume, more advanced sellers that you can learn from, they're not even in the public group because they get sick of the monotony and, the newbie questions. They actually hang out just in the student campus, so that they can actually work with people who are working through the same program that they worked through.
I've decided to leave Facebook. Is there another way to connect to the ℜ𝐤𝐴 community? As of right now, this would technically be the only place that you could connect to the community. We're working on a Discord, but if you don't like Facebook, the Discord's probably going to be a little bit less policed than Facebook was. So,
yeah, you can also if you still have like your Facebook business page and you just took your personal account off, you can technically join the community just as your business page. And if the only thing that you've joined, the only group that you've joined is your business page, all you'll see is ℜ𝐤𝐴 community posts in your feed. So that can be helpful as well if you don't want to see like the junk on Facebook.
I'm working on the Discord. I want to make sure that I can get bot stuff set up properly and make sure that everything is set up in a way that is the most secure that I can. Because that's also where we're going to stream our Alphas After Dark stuff.
Yeah.
We're not going to stream those on YouTube anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I'm a bad student, so I just show I'm really just slow at learning, but what I have learned so far has been really helpful. We're getting a lot of praise in here. Thornapple said they haven't even completed it and they've already made their money back.
We hear that a lot.
We hear that quite a bit. Most people make it like halfway through and then they're already
swamped.
They're already swamped. Like Wes, he was our last alpha of the year. He hasn't been on a live stream in weeks because he's so freaking busy.
Poor Wes.
So I hope you're doing well out there, Wes. If you watch this after, I hope you're doing well, bud. Do any of the updates for the Academy apply to those who have purchased? Yeah,
always.
Any updates that we apply to the course, like I said, next spring-ish, we should be updating the course to just kind of compile a lot of the update videos and stuff that we've done into like master videos. And we're actually talking about splitting the videos into smaller ones potentially. That way there's more action steps and it's easier for you guys you don't have to watch like 45-minute long videos. It can be like 3 15-minute long videos with more action steps. But we're also updating the audio and updating everything, hopefully to 4K if we have the storage space for it. But it's like 16 hours of content. So
same content, just better production.
Better production quality and easier to follow, hopefully.
But anything we add to ℜ𝐤𝐴, you guys get for life. You don't ever pay for anything else other than your enrollment. That's all you have to pay for. We don't have hidden costs or anything.
And I'm also potentially looking at doing some micro courses in the future for some more techie stuff, but I'm not gonna delve into that.
Yeah, just little quick things.
Little quick things that will be included for ℜ𝐤𝐴 students and possibly available individually. I'm just
Apple
Crumbleston. I love that username. Do you think there will be another massive shipping delay this Halloween or this holiday season?
Yes.
I mean, I would go with a yes.
There's already cargo ships that are still stuck like on the coast of California that haven't been able to...
I haven't had anything get delayed so far this year.
It's only October.
But yeah. So I would plan for a yes and hope for a no.
Yeah.
Going through ℜ𝐤𝐴 in January to see what the buzz. Shut up, Amber. To see what the buzz is about. You've been a student forever. You go through it anytime you want. Wonderful. Thanks. My last group imploded and I'm missing business friends. I talked to my husband last night and I'll be joining this year. Well, we'd love to see it. Are you able to set up a business page without a personal Facebook? I also want out of Facebook, but want to stay in the groups I'm in. I mean, if that's literally what you want to do, create a new Facebook, don't add anybody.
Make a burner account.
Yeah, make a burner account. Make your Facebook and just don't add anyone. Add a couple of family members if that's what you want. Set your privacy settings to only friends, or just totally privatize your Facebook profile so nobody can add you. Like, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. Boop. Out of curiosity, have you had any major changes to ℜ𝐤𝐴 since creating the course, i.e. due to customer reviews, Etsy updates, etc.?
Etsy updates, yes.
Etsy and MailChimp.
Yes. The MailChimp modules needed to be updated. There are update videos in there. When we re-record, we'll be taking those update videos and just smashing them into the long video. And the SEO video, because we started working for eRank and we learned more cool stuff. So we were able to add to it. We also have added tons of new bonuses. There's a new graphics vault that's full of like several hundred different graphics that you can download. There's a new holiday resource guide that we added last year that has all of my holiday resources year round. God, what was the other big one? There was another really big bonus, and I can't remember what it was.
Can't remember.
There's a bunch of bonuses, but
yeah, there's a bunch of bonuses, and we'll be adding more.
We haven't added anything based on customer feedback other than when someone, like, for example, with the MailChimp thing, we had people who would notice that something had changed before we noticed.
Well, we want things to be user-friendly, and MailChimp, as in, like, the interface itself changed. Like, MailChimp didn't change, but the way that it looked changed, and a few people were getting confused in the videos because it looked different, and we don't want you guys to have to go digging to figure things out on yourself, so we'll be updating all of that.
The menu in MailChimp used to be at the top, and then they moved it to the side.
And that just threw everybody off. Well, not everybody. It threw quite a few people off.
They're like, where is that?
Where did it go? If you guys ever did a live streaming course, I'd take that. Just saying. Okay, so, like, I hate live streaming. I like the process of live streaming. I hate everything that it takes. Like, there is a screen here, light here, light here, light here, camera, microphone, streaming.
Stream Deck.
Stream Deck.
You want to hold it up, show them how you control everything?
Without switching it? Yeah.
It's all tangled up.
It's all tangled up in my wires. It's a Stream Deck. It's got...
Push a button.
It's got a...
Make sure you're pushing the right...
Bye! And we're back. Yeah, so this little thing just switches... And you can do all kinds of stuff with that. I got it set up to, like, switch my volume and all different kinds of stuff. Streaming really isn't that hard, but, I mean...
And if it's more of like personality type thing, it just comes with practice. You get more comfortable with it the more you do it.
Doesn't mean I'm good at it, because I'm definitely not good.
Go watch our very first Tech Friday Q&A with me and him.
It's awful.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. You get comfortable over time. That's one question that we used to get a lot. Like, how do you get comfortable, like, live streaming on stuff? How do you get, like... You just do it. There is no secret to it. Just do it.
There's no book that will make it happen. You just have to do it.
Like, and if it's so bad that you can't get over it and you live in a legal state, then, like, medicate, I guess. Like, they're really either get used to it or don't do it sober. That's like
medicate, meditate.
No, I can't say that. That's the Alphas After Dark.
God,
we love you guys. There's still 140 people. There were a lot of people. We had almost 200 people in this live stream.
All right, guys. Little bits of news. If you joined us late, there's exciting things with social media. You guys need to know these things, so don't leave yet.
Yes.
First of all, just a little tidbit for everybody who sees all your friends panicking that Facebook is changing their name. Facebook's not changing their name. The umbrella company that owns Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp.
Meta. The metaverse.
It's changing to Meta, but when you log into Facebook, it will still say Facebook. Second thing is that Instagram stories are now going to have links. So when you're posting photos in your Instagram stories over the holidays, you can actually link your Etsy listing to it. That hasn't rolled out for everybody yet, but it should be rolling out before the holidays. So keep an eye out for it. It will be located where you can add like stickers and things to your Instagram stories. It'll be somewhere in there. Next thing is Black Friday's right around the corner. Regardless of if you plan to host a sale, if you're in the US or not, if you ship to the US, you want to make sure that you are optimizing for Black Friday because there are over 50% more shoppers this year on Etsy than there were last year. That means that it's going to be crazy. Not to mention, historically, Black Friday is the day when Etsy sees the most shoppers on the platform at the same time.
Black Friday is where it's at, yo.
It is. So Black Friday Toolbox is linked down below. That is completely free. It is full of video trainings. It has a graphics pack with 74 holiday graphics that are royalty free. I made them myself so that you won't see them anywhere else. There are cheat sheets. There's a full checklist that tells you what to do and what days to do it to get ready for Black Friday. And my double dip strategy video, which has in the past helped me to make between $6,000 to $10,000 on Black Friday weekend. So that is
Black Friday alone. Black Friday weekend, we've made a lot more than that.
Yeah. So that's probably the most valuable thing. But it's all compiled into one area. And by signing up for the Black Friday Toolbox, you'll also get an invitation to our Black Friday Lifeline live stream that we do every year, where if you have any last minute Black Friday setup questions, if you just need help, more personalized help, we will actually be doing a free coaching call as well.
Yes.
I think the week before Black Friday, or maybe the week before that. I can't remember what day it is, but
before that would be the weekend Amber is here, that she gets here.
It's not the week she's here. It's
the week before she gets here.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Waffles. Do you oh no, there was another one. Do you use Mailfold? Does it require the same terms of service as email? No, we do not.
No, I use MailChimp.
Do you guys have a video explaining what all is covered in HAA or who it is best for? So 2 things. We do a live stream usually the week before it opens. Our Friday Bean will usually be HAA questions and whatnot. And then at the end of her webinar...
It's not this one.
Oh, you're not doing that on this one?
No.
Okay, cool.
But it's all...
when we've totally cut that out, so then we'll be doing it on our Friday
No,
Bean.
it's also on the enrollment page.
Right.
Every single thing that I teach, the full curriculum, there's 9 modules, and there are usually 3 to 5 lessons per module. Everything that's in every single lesson is laid out on the enrollment page.
Yes.
We teach building your business mindset, branding your business, which not just branding, but psychological branding.
Yes.
Target customer, target market building to make sure that you're actually building a target customer and doing everything that you can to appeal to them. Social media and building a email list and funnel.
Which we don't teach here for legal reasons.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't already have their Etsy shop open, we teach all of that. Photography, editing your listing photos. We teach customer service. We teach SEO. You also get 1 year of eRank Pro, which is the best plan for eRank. You get an eRank Pro membership that I pay for out of pocket. Like, I actually buy that for you. We teach you pricing. We teach you packaging. We teach you the psychology of packaging and things that are more likely to get you positive reviews based on MIT case studies. We teach you color psychology. We teach you how to build a fanatical fan club for your brand to actually make people like crazy about your business, the way that like people are crazy about like Yeezys and stuff. We teach you how to build your audience by hosting giveaways. And then there's like a whole bonuses vault that teaches you a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, there's a lot in HAA.
There is a lot there.
But it's not all scattered. It's like step 1, you do this.
It's in order.
Step 2, you do this. Step 3, you do this. It's a roadmap.
And it's mainly targeted at the new to like beginner intermediate seller. However, it is a good refresher or pop-up kind of course for those of you that are experienced.
We've had plenty of experience, like Paula Haas.
Oh yeah, we've had tons of people that were making like 50 or 60,000 that came in and were able to like fix the little gaps in what they weren't doing and be able to get their businesses over 6 figures. So it's up to you. We're again, this is just all part of transparency. We know who the course is for. It works best for beginner and intermediates, but it also works for those of you that are maybe already making a living off of it.
And if you just need to like fill in those gaps, the price of the course likely isn't a huge obstacle to you anyway. Yeah. So if you want to pop in, and not to mention there's
a refund policy, and we don't.
Yeah, if you end up wanting to just pop in and look around, you can do that.
Yeah, exactly. My daughter and I have 3 shops between us. Would we be able to do HA together? Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. You don't link your shop to Handmade Alpha Academy in any capacity. It is entirely its own thing. Streaming at any time. There's no dates. It's all unlocked from the get-go. You like, if there's something that you absolutely like, the thought of this is stupid, you can just skip it. Totally fine.
I prefer you wouldn't, because you might.
I would rather you go along, because if you ask a question, it's in the course, then we're just going to tell you to go watch that part. And if it's confusing, then we'll help you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to edit out all of my ums and swearing. I usually swear a lot. Believe it or not, that's a lot easier to get over than you think. I have the same problem, believe it or not. Sometimes they slip out here. If you've been listening for long enough, you've heard a few of my things slip. I don't think I've ever gotten sales on Black Friday, despite running a discount every year. People only buy my stuff full price before or after, not complaining. Yeah,
Let us know what this year is like for you, though. Let us know after this Black Friday if you make sales with the more than 50% more shoppers. I'm curious.
I tell my family HA is my business psychology and marketing course. I mean, that's basically what it is.
That's awesome. Do you guys call me your coach to your family? Do you say, yeah, my coach? That just sounds so weird to me. Weird. It feels weird.
In which, FYI, was not taught in art school. Honestly, some of the best the best things that we've heard about HAA are from people that have business degrees, and they say that they learned more about running their Etsy business there than they ever would have learned in business school.
A business degree teaches you how to work for somebody else's business. HAA teaches you how to start a business.
Yes. Being an entrepreneur is a very learned thing.
Yeah.
because it's in the time period. You can't build a college course off of something that's happening continuously and changing continuously. They're going to teach you history and like all that kind of stuff. I have a hard time dealing with customers that are dead silent. I'm working on painting someone wanted in 2 weeks who constantly takes 4 days to approve. And now we're in week 3 and they've ghosted me. That's going to happen. That's why a lot of people, including us, stop taking custom orders.
Yep. I always ask for payment up front, and if they stop communicating, then stop working until you hear from them.
Do you need lots of computer skills to learn your course?
Nope.
No, not necessarily, but please have an actual computer or Mac.
Yeah. I mean, not really, because I tell you click by click what to do. Click here, click here. If you don't know how to like open a file on your computer,
yes,
or upload something to the internet, it might be a little bit hard, but I'm assuming that you probably know how to do those things.
Yeah, if you know how to get onto Etsy and sign up, then you're probably okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we have everyone, and I know some people like to get mad when I say this. We have people all the way from their 20s all the way up into their 80s in HAA. We have people of all age groups. And if it's something where like technology absolutely cripples you and it's so confusing that like it just ruins your day, then this probably isn't for you anyway. But if you know the basics and you still have issues, then you can always reach out to me. After you've bought the course, I provide tech support for all of the stuff. If something confuses you, I'll do my best to...
He's Geek Squad.
I am an absolute dork. So
that's one of the bonuses is Mark's tech guide. He recommends like all the tech that we like, and he updates it every year based on the newest tech, like the best new phones.
And sometimes tech doesn't change, so it doesn't get updated. That just kind of happens. Cameras haven't really changed for like 3 years, other than the naming schemes for them. Also, another thing that we didn't mention along with the tech stuff, it doesn't require you to really buy anything else. The only other cost that you'll have with the course will be MailChimp once your audience is big enough to require it. But at that point...
a domain email, which is $5 a month.
Domain email. Yeah, sorry. Apologies.
$5 a month if you want to do the domain email, which I think you need for MailChimp to ensure that your messages go through. But the only thing...
for verification, yeah.
The only thing that you have to pay for, which is eRank Pro, we pay for you.
For a year.
For a year, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Whether you do the one-time payment or the yearly or the 6-month enrollment plan.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're doing one time or not.
It doesn't matter. We pay out of pocket for that. I actually just sent Anthony the payment for the last one like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all the questions that we have. We had a lot of good questions about HAA. Believe it or not, usually when we do these live streams, we don't get a single question. I'm glad that you guys are asking questions.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of these questions, and we still will in our email every year.
I would rather answer them here because then everybody knows the answer.
It adds to that transparency thing that we're trying to do. Selling a course comes off as really scummy to a lot of people, and it's unfortunate because a lot of scummy coaches are out there.
Oh God, yes.
And we don't want to be those people to you.
Yeah, always look for a refund guarantee, and then if they have one,
look over it and see what it actually is.
Because sometimes they say that they guarantee a refund, but then they like, oh, we need to see proof that you tried. You have to fill out this document. No, what they're trying to do is make it as hard as possible for you to get a refund. Never, ever, ever enroll in any programs that have something that you have to do in order.
They're not confident in their product enough to give it to you with no questions asked.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We're confident enough that and the thing is, sometimes it's not. They don't want to give it to you if it's like something happens in your life, and that's what I don't like. Like sometimes stuff happens. Yeah, like I just signed up for the course, and then like my dad got in a car accident and he just got all that like stuff. Life happens, and we don't want life to be and the same thing is like getting a loan. Please don't get a loan to buy our course.
No,
like don't sell. We've had people try to sell their car. Like don't do, if it's too expensive for you. This is the thing that I tell people every year. The 6-month payment plan costs more than paying up front. If you cannot afford it, save what the 6-month payment plan would be, $199 a month for the discount people, every month for the next 6 months until the next enrollment. If you don't need to use that money, then you can take the one-time payment and pay for it. If you needed to use that money, then you couldn't afford it.
Right.
So just do that. We don't want anyone to struggle on our behalf. Period.
Absolutely.
People do that. People are weird. People are. You say that?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. People are strange, man.
Yeah.
Go in public. Go out. I know it's been a while since you've been able to, but go out in public. People are weird.
Well, here's the thing. As course creators, we get people who message us and tell us about what other courses did to them. So we get the worst horror stories. And there have been times where I've made like passive aggressive posts on Instagram and stuff where I've been like, I really hate it when I hear this. And I like know these programs and I know what they are, but I just can't mention. There's no way that I can't
say anything.
I couldn't say anything.
We don't want to blast people either. That's not what we're here for. No. We're not targeting anybody specific. I am personally in like, God, how many? I'm in like 5 or 6 different courses right now that I've just got like lifetime memberships to. And then I've got a bunch of micro courses that I take on like Udemy. And
he's got some courses where he can't even post in the communities because the people, like the community members, are so toxic.
People are toxic.
And there's like no group moderation. We don't tolerate that.
Desperate time, desperate measures. Yeah, unfortunately. But enough of that negative crap. HAA is going to open on the 1st. It's going to be December 1st, and it's going to be great, and we're going to have a lot of new students, and we're going to love it. I look forward to all the new questions and seeing all the new products. I like seeing all the different, we have a lot of dudes in there now.
Which is awesome.
Which is cool. Like, we've got people in every community. We've got people in the trans community, and we've got so much support and love all over the place. And that's another thing, too, about our groups. We don't put up with bull crap. We don't put you go into a lot of other course groups and people are just negative. We don't put up with that. We kick them crappers out of there.
Yep. We've got like, how many 18 plus sellers do we have now as well?
Quite a few. And we're going to be, hopefully, I don't know when we're going to be doing it, but once we get the Discord full running, that's probably where we're going to do Alphas After Dark, because we can be a little more open with what we say. We can show things. We can do things that are a little more inappropriate without risk of like our whole livelihood on YouTube going away.
Yeah, because if you sell 18 plus products, you should also be able to get help. It's not fair that there's no help out there.
YouTube is not a place for you.
No, YouTube doesn't like it.
But YouTube doesn't like it, and we can't risk it. So once we get that set up, we'll be doing more 18 plus live streams, which is fun for some of you who want to just come see us unwind, because we take the filter off. We take the filter off and talk how we want to talk. We get freaky.
Not really.
Not really. We don't do that on camera.
Ew. Nasty.
But we love you guys. We'll see. We're not doing anything up until next Friday, right?
No, I don't think so. But please be safe over Halloween. Make sure your kiddos are safe. Make sure they're wearing their reflective stuff. I know you guys know all this already.
A lot more people are going to be out compared to the year prior because it's their first Halloween since COVID. So just keep an eye on your kiddos.
Yeah.
A lot of weirdos out there.
I always worry about the weirdos going out and messing with the kids.
When people have to spend a year inside, a lot more people turn into weirdos. So there's a few more weirdos than there were in 2019. So just keep an eye on your kiddos. Stay safe. Please don't drink and drive. Please. I lost my best friend to a drunk driver. Please don't drink and drive. Be safe. Have fun, though. Uber exists. If you want to get trashed, Halloween is the holiday for it. Get an Uber.
We will not be. We're taking the
We will not be.
Trick-or-treating.
We will trick-or-treating because we're responsible adults.
Until we get home. All right, guys. Have a